You know what? Maybe I do have morals after all. Who would have thought? There's been something that's been irking me. Surprise, surprise. Okay, I've always ripped on reactors to varying degrees, whether it's Tyrone Magnus, whether it's the real rejects, who I call the real tards, are tards. I don't want to get in any more trouble with YouTube than I already get into. Because basically, I thought YouTube was to create some kind of content, whether it's the discussion you're having. You can have a discussion about film, you can do whatever you want, rather than sit there vacantly staring at trailers or music videos and then monetizing it because you're transforming the content with your comatose reaction. I've never understood that, okay? I've gotten a little bit better on reactors, and here's why. Not all of them. I'm not talking the ones who just sit there and watch trailers and all this. There's been a few, and it's like a niche market or whatever. And I don't think some of these are monetizing. There's one channel, and I forget what it is, but it's like, I think it's by a school or something. It's Koreans reacting to American horror films. And it's very short snippets, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at people reacting to little snippets of things and seeing their expression if they've never seen The Exorcist or something like that before, and then discussing the film. I'm not even against, you've got millennials now who, we'll get there in a second, there's a bunch more of these, because once you look at a certain thing, like somebody sees The Exorcist for the first time, and it all starts coming up in your YouTube tab. Well, now I've got a bunch of supposed millennials coming up, supposedly who've never seen a bunch of movies that I'm sitting there calling bullshit on. I think half of them, when they say they're reactors, they're exactly that. Half of whatever that fucking word is, they're actors, because you're full of crap. I don't believe 90% of millennials have never seen Jurassic Park. Okay, and then do this shit. I've heard of it. I don't know what it's about. I'm about to watch it. I think, like, the cover, I think it's about lizards or something. Like, we'll see what it is. I don't even know what this movie is about. Then you are either, you have Down syndrome, or you've been in a coma. Because I knew movies, and you can't use the excuse that was before your time or whatever like that. I knew Psycho growing up, way before my time, way before my birthday. I knew, House on Haunted Hill, other freaking major movies like Ben-Hur. I never liked it or watched it. Gone with the Wind, I knew what it was. I wouldn't sit there, like, if I had YouTube back and be like, gee, there's this movie called Psycho, and I think it's about, a guy who likes to crochet, and then discuss it over a cup of coffee with a Norwegian elderly woman. That's what I thought. I don't know. That's what the title gives me. But I have contempt for them. But there are a few, very few. There's two British guys, I can't remember their channel name or whatever like that, who I actually do watch, who put clips, very short clips of like a movie like The Exorcist or a movie like A Nightmare on Elm Street, and have never seen it. And I generally believe, because they're not that great of actors, by their reactions that they have never really seen it. Or they'll try to guess something about the plot, and it's like they've never seen it because they're talking like assholes. But there's been like 2 or 3 reactors I've started to watch. Again, they're using minimal content, and they're actually talking more about the film or their reaction to the film than actually, they're not sitting there watching the entire film like dumbasses. Or so I thought. Because one of the ones I was kind of interested in, who were like younger, and they were watching like old horror movies, like 60s, 70s and all that, I saw that they put up a new video, and I was like, oh, sweet, cool. And I go to look at it, and this is a problem I've seen time and time again, where it's like, well, it's up on Patreon right now for the next 2 weeks. So that, guess what? It's our full-length reaction. You get to watch it if you go to Patreon. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube all chopped up and like boring, like 5 minutes of it. But like, if you want... Okay, here's my problem with that. I understand why some people have a Patreon. If you're doing YouTube for a living, not reacting, first of all, I think that's garbage. If you're doing reacting for a living, you seriously need to be hitting the head with a shovel, because you're talentless and there's no reason for you. But if you're discussing something or doing like a podcast that takes off, or a YouTube channel that takes off discussing stuff, I would get getting a Patreon. I would understand it. If it was taking up more of your time than actual work, and you were actually getting paid for it like it was work, I would get it. I would be, okay, getting a Patreon. I have a Patreon. I've never activated my Patreon. And here's why I've never activated my Patreon. Because if I ever activate my Patreon, I would want to give people good shit. Not just the basics they throw at you, like, okay, and you'll get notified first that Jay's on TV. Ooh, tickle your tits. Aren't you happy about that? You'll get the video that's going to be on YouTube anyway, 2 days before everybody else. Tell me more. I'm so fucking excited I could shit. Like, I would never do that. I would offer shit that's not going to be on YouTube. I would offer horrible, nasty, disgusting, unfiltered talk that I used to do on YouTube on there, and keep it on there for somebody who's going to, have the whatever, you know, is going to be nice enough or crazy enough to pay to see something I would do. Okay? I would offer merch, but it would be creative shit. I'm not just gonna, there are people, you guys, who sit there and watch music videos and offer t-shirts of themselves. What the fuck? Who's buying those? Who's buying those? I want to see the parent who's overdosing on heroin daily and this goes, honey, I got you a present. The kid's like, oh my God, what is it? The news PlayStation, what is it? No, it's from Dum-de-Doo TV. It says Dum-de-Doo TV. You know that guy who just sits there and watches commercials all the time on YouTube? Here's a sweater from him. That's when you would choke your parent with that sweater because you know they've lost their freaking mind. But the Patreon thing burns my freaking ass with reactors. You're telling me you want me, this is the pitch. Okay, here's the deal, you guys. I have just sat down and watched an entire movie. If you pay me $20, you can watch me watch the movie. Oh, and they have to say this shit, by the way. Also, we can't actually play the movie anymore because, you know, it was stealing and we didn't want to admit it and all that shit. But so, you know, people are busting us. But if you start your DVD, when we start watching the movie, you can watch along. Okay, if somebody is bored enough and has no friends enough to want to do some stupid ass shit like that, if it's a group or something, some kind of experiment, maybe, okay, I could go with it. But if you are going to do something like that, you want me. Let's say Douchey Doo has a challenge like, okay, Jay, I have an exciting offer for you. Oh yeah, what is it? I have just watched the entire series of Roots for the first time, and I'm only 22, and you want to see my reaction to it. Okay, yeah, I mean, I have chronic diarrhea today, so I'm not leaving the house. Why not? I'll do it. You can't watch it on YouTube. How come? It's on Patreon. But you get to see me react to everything. So I get to see the video on the screen that you're going to steal because I'm pretty sure somebody has the copyright to that movie. And I get to watch your reaction to it. No, here's how it is. I can't actually put the video up. But if you go get the movie Roots right now, start on tape number 1. And then as soon as I say play, you play. And while you're watching it, you can side glance and watch me watch it too at the part you're on. And it's $20 per month. Now, if you also want that, and a cozy mug cover of mine, you can subscribe to the $30 a month tier. They're doing this. This is what people do. This is what fucking people do. It's not, I'm going to send you a shirt and a new book I've written and exclusive content. If you watch me watch a movie, pay me $20. Get a fucking job. Go out, shovel shit. I don't know what else you have to do. Be a midwife. I don't even care if you're a guy. Just say that you know how to give birth and, you know, put a catcher's mitt in your hand and catch the fetus that's screaming, you know, or the crib midget, as one of my fellow subscribers, Jules, said. I love it. I'm using it all the time now. Crib midget. That's funny. Anyway, but do any of you like this? Do any of you, am I wrong? Am I a complete idiot here for thinking that this should be charged for? And this is what I have the problem with reactors. Like, I can see now how in a certain way it could be interesting to see another culture or younger people react in a group to something that they may have never seen. I can see that and discussion following that. Okay, fine. I have a problem with the people who do this every fucking day, watch a commercial, watch music videos are the new thing now, and they have the balls to complain about it. That's what kills me. So there were 2 twins who had a hit. Here's their hit. They were interviewed by local news. You know what they did? They didn't save a baby from a burning building. They didn't, stop a shooting. They didn't, jump in front of, a fast-moving car that was going to hit an elderly person. You know what they did? They watched the Phil Collins video, In the Air Tonight. And the part where it goes, they kind of went, whoa! And they are 19, 20, and they watch a lot of old music videos. And it went viral. That video has 6 million views. Now, I can't hate on them. I can't. Because if people are that dumb to watch it and give them money for it, and it's monetized, by the way. There's obviously that many stupid people in the world. So I can't be mad at these guys for hustling them. I mean, you might as well go lift their wallets or something like that. But okay, fine. If they're that dumb, they actually fork over the money while you rip them off. Even better. I fucking wish I had that when I was 17. I'd be making major bank. I'd pretend I didn't see any videos. Like MTV, what is that? There's this Madonna chick, she danced or something. I'm gonna react to the video and then monetize it. Wow, that was ahead of, whoa. They don't even have anything interesting to say. These people were interviewed by their local news for having 6 million views on a Phil Collins video. Not only that, they also reacted to Jolene by Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton tweeted at them. Okay, why? What the fuck did they do? I don't understand this shit. I don't understand it at all. But the other thing about reactors now, why they're getting worse, is they're bitching. Because YouTube and other places is becoming the nightmare for them, but justifiably so. And I'll say that's becoming for everybody else with free speech and stuff like that. For them, it's not free speech. Here's what they're getting pissed about. You guys, it's really sad. I don't know why YouTube's doing this to me, but I uploaded a bunch of music videos that I don't own the music rights to or copyrights to, a bunch of Michael Jackson stuff. I mean, I know Stranger Things had to pay them a shitload of money just to use like Thriller in the trailer, but I think I'm special. And I did all Michael Jackson's best videos, and YouTube would not let me put it, and they give me copyright strikes. And I just think this isn't fair because it's transformative content. No, it's not. It's not. It's not transformative content. You don't own it. You can't use something that's copyrighted. You can't. I hope they sue you. I hope they sue you, make you poor, and you and your parents end up outside on a cold winter's day shivering to death. I hope that's what happens, and your cat too. That's what I hope, because it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous to me. Okay, so the Patreon thing and that is just what irks me the most. And see if I'm lying. Right now, type in somebody who writes some music or something like that. They have, I guarantee, no matter who it is, have had the balls. That they're getting monetized, by the way. They will openly complain. You guys, I love you guys, but my monetization, it's been struck, so I don't really feel like doing this anymore. Or they'll brag about, you know, this one video, We Are the World, that was made for like UNICEF or hungry people in some third world country or something like that. I'm a good person. I'm not going to monetize this video. I mean, all the others I'm going to totally. I don't even know the rights to those. But this one video, I'm not going to monetize it. I'm not, because I give back. That's the problem right there. I think that's why YouTube is coming down on everybody else. Because YouTube has to look for more space for YouTube. Now, if you have a bunch of dipshits who are putting up reactions to music videos and movies and shit and do nothing else and say nothing transformative or interesting about it, and look how many people know to do that, because it takes no talent, it takes no effort, it takes nothing at all. You have all those hours of YouTube getting clogged up. YouTube needs more space, so who can we go after? People who say naughty no words. Let's do that. So I think in a way, we're paying for what they're doing because they need more space. And they have this like weird fair use rule that was made in 1976. I want to read this rule because apparently that means you can show 2 minutes of a video that doesn't belong to you at a time, pause it, say something, show another 2 minutes, pause it, say something. And I mean, I'm not even talking about a discussion. They'll say like, yeah, isn't this video kind of cool? Yeah, I think it's really cool too. Do you like orange juice? I love it thrown in my face. That's awesome. Let's go set something on fire later. Cool. And Cyndi Lauper singing again. Sorry, I just had to do this one. I don't even know if this is interesting, but it's just, I've seen too much of this, and where do you get the balls? That's what I want to know. I want to set that big. I'm going to start charging people now. You know, I'm going to open my Patreon, and you guys are going to get a special deal. For a $30 tier, every morning, I'm going to call Stevie, who doesn't want to wake up before 9 a.m. because he works even later, and I'm just going to scream, fire, 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 get out of your house, oh my God, into the phone until he starts crying. I'm going to do that while I'm taking a crap. While I'm taking a shit, and you will get to see me do all this for $30 a month. That's all you have to do. I will do it every day. I will take a crap, and I will call Stevie up in the morning. What was happening? Fire! Oh my God! Get out of your house! I just saw it. This guy. Yeah, yeah, I'll do it for you. I am a giver. I'm a giver like that. I will send you my pocket lint for the next tier, $45. Whatever lint or debris is in my pocket, I will mail it to you. You will get JBTV uncut or JBTV cut lint in your mail. What a gift. Think of what you could do with that. I'm not going to actually make you a shirt or anything, but I'll give you one of mine. And I'll write like, hey, I'm a dumbass for paying $50 for this shirt that cost me like 10 or 12 at a thrift store. I'll do that. That's a $75 tier though. You got to hustle it.